Okay. So first off, in the last video I came up with, I talked about a kit I put together that could possibly fight many respiratory viruses, including this coronavirus, aka COVID-19. It was based on a safe and common home treatment people already use for pneumonia, for flu, for bronchitis, or even nasal infections, right? Where they use a nebulizer with colloidal silver. But I swapped out the basic colloidal silver for one particular I found that met the requirements of a 2003 university study to fight SARS, which is a type of coronavirus. It said it killed 90% of the infection within the first hour of making contact. So, in the last video, if you're interested in that, check it out. I left links to the research and to the items you would need in the description bar. So, that's number one. If you're wondering for something to do and you don't want to trust, you just rely on flu medicine and sleep, well, that's something you can do. This time I want to talk about some real issues that might arise. I believe at this point it's inevitable for the virus to spread, and it may wind up like the other 4 coronaviruses that hit us seasonally. Right? This could be like the flu. We get hit by the flu every year. There's already 4 coronaviruses out there. One of them is a common cold. So this could be the 5th to be in circulation from now on. You never know. So I don't want you to panic by what I'm going to say. If you panic, you won't think rationally. If you don't think rationally, you could waste precious time, or you could even make careless mistakes and make things worse. Like I said, I think you should look at the kit I put together if you want something to, steps to do. But even if this has a low mortality rate, which I think it does, numbers might be off, it might mutate, but at the moment, I'm not too concerned with the virus. But I'm going to go over what I would be concerned with, right? I'm always worried about people. I panic over people that panic. Okay? So, what kind of issues would I see caused by this COVID-19 pandemic that hit the U.S.? For those of you who follow this channel, I'm always talking about how a serious decline in the purchasing power of the dollar would be a huge issue because we get most of our goods from China, right? If they stop supplying, we'll see shortages. Now here's the problem. Chinese businesses are already slowing down. Manufacturing slowing down. People are shutting down businesses and not able to go to work. So things aren't being produced and things aren't being shipped. That's where we get most of our stuff. Now, they're talking about this thing maybe dying off when things heat up in the summer. But think about MERS. It was another form of coronavirus. And this thing spread in 2003 in the summer in Saudi Arabia. So we can hope, but we can't just assume that it's going to be over by then. Because if heat kills these things, but it was flourishing in Saudi Arabia in the summer, I mean, that's pretty damn hot. If the coronavirus hits the U.S. like it is doing in China, there's going to be panic buying, clearing store shelves with whatever little goods are coming in. To a high-consuming, little-producing nation, there will be shortages of goods, and that's going to cause price increases on whatever's left. That's basic stuff. You could barter for what you need, and if you couldn't find it, you could sell these items that have came up in price to buy other items that came up in price. I'm not talking about you price gouging people. That's not a good thing. Right? I don't want to take advantage of a situation like that. I don't think you should either. But I'm saying if you need something and the price is elevated, you don't have the money, but you have something else that is also elevated, well then you could sell it out there and buy what you need. I'm not saying sell tons of things at elevated prices. Just if you need something, you need something. Your kid needs some kind of fever medication. You don't have that, but you have bar soap that's also high in demand. You could sell the bar soap and get the flu medication or the fever reducer for your kid, right? Making 20 bucks on something to buy something that went up maybe 20 bucks to save your kid, I don't think is a bad thing, is what I'm saying. Now, buying a bunch to sell later, that's not cool. But, you know, one thing here or there to get what you need, I don't think it's that bad. I would do whatever I have to do to take care of my daughter. Okay? So, these are the kind of items I think could be harder to find later if you find them on the shelves, and the price could go up, right? Like face masks right now, you can get them in hardware stores, right? They're pretty much disappearing online. I saw like these masks on that you can find at Dollar Tree being sold for $20 on eBay, and I think that you have to pay for your own shipping, right? That's the kind of crap you're going to see on things. You can't find these masks online, but you can find them in hardware stores. I'd say get some now. You may need them later. Flu medicine, fever reducer for you and your kiddo. That'd be a good idea. For those of you that want that are interested in emergency foods, I think it's good to have some of those on hand anyway. I've got stuff on hand that I've made. I'll leave a link in the description bar how to do it yourself. But you know, you got time if you start now on that. If not, you want to just get it, buy it, have it done with. You can do that too. I'll leave links for you. What about bar soap? That could become hard to find. Canned goods, dry goods, feminine hygiene, hand sanitizer, hand soap, laundry detergent, pet food, baby formula, and diapers, right? Maybe even like you might want to go to Dollar Tree, pick up some coloring books and crayons, right? That might be something good to trade with later. I always think it's a good idea to trade with things that people don't need to survive. For example, let's say that you are diabetic and somebody else has a kid that's diabetic that also needs insulin. You don't know what they're going to do to get their hands on that insulin, right? So you don't want to be trading with something that people are going to need. If somebody's kid has a really bad, they got cut or something and they need antibiotics and you can't find them, and you have them, well, they're not going to take no for an answer. They're going to want those. They're going to do whatever it takes to save their kiddo. So you don't want to trade with things, and I'm not saying they get that bad. I'm just giving you, hey, what if, hypothetically, use your head. You don't want to trade with things that people absolutely need because they won't take no for an answer. Now, toilet paper, that's not worth taking someone's life. They're not going to see that. I mean, nothing really is, but my point is if it's like, hey, I need this for my kid, I need to save their life. You're not going to save someone's life with toilet paper, right? Or feminine hygiene. Or hand soap. I mean, those are really good to have, but, it'd be tough without them, but you could make it. So you don't want to trade with things like that. Hand sanitizer, that'd be fine. Bar soap, stuff like that. Food, maybe not. Right? And nothing with... Don't trade with things that people have a chemical dependence to either, because that may not wind up good. Turn out too good. So things like this you should put aside for yourself now, right? Go to Dollar Tree. Get a couple things here and there. Bar soap. Again, right? Some canned goods. Hand sanitizer. Toilet paper. Things like that. Don't forget about dog food and baby formula, okay? This thing could spread and cause panic here in the U.S., and now, think about how easily this could spread. Think about how nasty money is. It's like 50% cotton, so it absorbs things like crazy, man. Looking at how much, what percentage of money has drug residue or bodily fluids on it. So you can imagine how much this thing would spread in a grocery store, in a convenience store, in schools. Imagine how fast one mailman could infect thousands of people, right? And think about that. One mailman could probably infect the post office. And then you got a small army of mailmen going out there delivering stuff, right? He can survive on that package if he sneezes on some letters and then packs it into a box, puts it out in the mailbox that day. You grab it with your bare hands, forget to wash your hands. This could really spread, right? Imagine somebody coughing in a public restroom. You know how small those things can be. You go to a convenience store, which I don't go into those things. Maybe I'm going to take a leak, but assuming you're going to take a leak, I'm assuming you're going to breathe, right? Maybe it's probably best not to, but, you got to use a public restroom. You got to touch a doorknob, even those bar knobs or whatever, in and out of stores. This thing could really spread. Now, it's not the mortality rate's not that high, but my point is it could spread. It spreads, it'll cause panic. Causes panic, things disappear off the shelf because people are panic buying, number one, and because supply is down, number two. Right? The odds are you could catch this thing and you won't even notice it. You won't even know that you caught it. Right? But if stores are empty, it can be hard to get your hands on basic items. It can be easily found now. So pick up a few extra items now. Right? If nothing happens, it doesn't really matter. You would simply not need to buy them later. What's the shelf life on some of that stuff? Right? Toilet paper, that's not going to go bad. Dry goods, that's not going to go bad anytime soon. Right? If you buy things that you're going to use anyway, you're just buying them before the price may elevate. It's not like buying luxury items. I'm not saying you got to go get a Rolex watch. Okay? I'm saying buy things you're going to buy anyway. You just front the money now. For some, it could be kind of tight, but I recommend you do it now. If you think it's hard now, if the price goes up, supply goes down, it's going to be harder later. Either way, you got to do it. So, buy the things you would buy normally. Just buy a little extra. Right? You go to the grocery store, pick up a couple extra cans. Pick up a little bit of bar soap. Pick up some shampoo. If you really need to stock up, go to the Dollar Tree. Got a large family or something. I go there all the time. Try to save a buck. Go to Target or somewhere else otherwise, whatever they don't have. So it's not an issue, but for a little bit of peace of mind, you can just go get what you can now. Put it aside. If it spreads and things disappear, you've got it at home. You don't have to go out anyway. If I'm wrong, nothing happens and, this blows over, that's fine. You got stuff that you don't have to spend on later. You can splurge a little bit maybe. You got all the stuff, okay, well, we don't have to buy this for a good while. Got a little bit extra money. Take the family out to a movie or something if nothing happens. Okay? Anyway, a little bit of preparation now can save you a big headache later. Right? Get things you're going to buy anyway. Okay, well, that's it for me, guys. Again, don't panic. Because you panic, you're not going to think rationally, and that can make things even worse. Right? Be cool, calm, collective. Get what you need now while you can, in case you can't later. All right, guys. That's it for me. Y'all have a good one.